In this Sports Science Minute, I want to have a brief discussion on teaching weightlifting movements. There's really two camps to this, the first one being teaching from the ground up, and then the second one being teaching from the top down. I've kind of learned both ways. I don't know if there's a right or a wrong answer. It really should depend on how your athletes are progressing through learning the weightlifting movements. A lot of the really advanced Russian weightlifters, they really think that the best way is to go from the bottom up, because if you can't pull it a weight, a snatch or a clean off the ground, clearly you're not going to probably be able to finish the exercise, or it's going to be really ugly as far as the technical aspect goes, or you could possibly miss the lift. And there is some merit to that. One of my mentors, Dr. Mike Stone, he always, when we were going from the floor, always referred to it as it's really a push through the floor. Nick Winkelman has mentioned that in a lot of his external cues. Instead of saying something like pull on the bar, it's you push through the floor. But when you're teaching from the ground up, one of the cues that I learned was knees back. So when the bar is on the floor, go knees back, and then that brings you to the right below the knee or right at the top of the knee. And then you go knees forward, which brings you into the power position, and jump and shrug. And that finishes the movement to the catch of some sort. Another cue that I've heard is from Joe Ken with Carolina Panthers, and he refers to it as push, jump, punch. Again, those are external cues. You can use them however you want. Really, this is just a discussion around different ways to teach the weightlifting movements. I've also learned from the top down, which starts at the mid-thigh position. You master mid-thigh through different weightlifting derivatives like full extensions and high pulls, and then into full cleans and full snatches. Once you're proficient at that technically, you can move on to right at the top of the knee. If you really want to break it down even more, once you master at the top of the knee, you can go to below the knee, and then from the floor. So there's a ton of different variations you can do here with the weightlifting movements. I think the big thing that is best for the coach is to see how your athletes are progressing. I progressed a little quicker in getting to the mid-thigh position and the power position, and finishing my lifts and my pull when I was learning from the top down. But obviously, I was able to feel more comfortable pulling off the floor when I was learning to pull off the floor. So try that with your athletes, and I hope it helps.
To get your weekly dose of applied sports science updates, go to CoachMePlus.com and subscribe to our weekly newsletter. That's CoachMePlus.com.